Why, hello and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings, a LOTRO guide! Alright, my friends, so, in our last episode on the guide playlist, we basically explored all the NPCs and stuff in the GV up there, the main spot when you come into the monster player versus player area. Alright, so in this particular episode, I would like to check out, just explore some stuff out here, right? We'll just travel around and see some of the points of interest and some of the castles and fortresses, so you kind of get an idea, right, of the area if you've never really been out here before. So we will do this real quick, and please do like and subscribe, guys. It really helps me out with the algorithm and all that kind of good jazz, right? And yeah, share with some friends, that too. And if you're real spicy and you want to support my channel, there's some links down there to Patreon if you want to be like a dwarf miner or a dwarf Gax God or something cool like that. Alright, and I've got a Discord if you join that. But anyway, moving on, let's go do some exploring today, my friends. We'll have some fun doing this. Alright. So, this is this is TR, as we abbreviate it called. It's actually Tyrin something when I get up to it. It is ours, if you can see. We'll talk about some mechanics when the PvP zone here, in the monster player zone. You see these banners, they will be the eye versus the sword, depending if they're free peoples or not. It's Tirith Raw, okay? And again, I am rank 9, so as you can see up here in the corner, I get this little high warden thing. And when I'm in the moors, you'll see this thing under your thing up here, and it's real small. Let me blow it up for you real quick so you can kind of get a better look at it for yourself. Let's see, where is my character? Here's a good thing for you guys to know. If yours is too small on your screen, you could also blow it up this way. Usually it's the character models, but I'm just going to go ahead and go like this. We'll just blow everything up for a second here. So if you see right up here, we have battle promotion. Rank 9 in the parentheses, so I get 11% more max morale, power, and 8% more damage, physical, ranged, and tactical damage, right? So that's because I'm rank 9. So that's kind of cool. You get a buff. Also, it says you get your forces control Tol Askarnin and then Tirith Ron, where we're at right now, and it gives it 20% more infamy and glory, right? Infamy/glory, which is kind of the same thing, and accommodations gain too, right? So all three of those things. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, all right, there we have it. Now I have to fix my map. Mix my map. Get out of there, map. Get out of the way. You guys go back over there. I don't really care. Just go back over here. Be good. There. All right. So let's get in here. All right. So you guys, this is Tirith Ron. So normally the enemies will have to fight their way through all these NPCs, which are rather strong. See, they're level 128. They're scaled up to the max level, right? So look at that, 400,000 health. This guy's got 400,000 health. All these 400 health. This guy has 800,000 because it's like a leader one, right? All right. So you go inside. They have to fight their way in. A lot of times this would be big battles because we'd be fighting with the NPCs trying to defend it, or vice versa if it was orcs controlling this one. Because you basically have to go up to the top here. This area is the crazy spot when you had 50 on 50 players. Oh my gosh, this is just a mayhem of explosion AoEs and death right here. This is like the death circle. It's back in the day, man. Woo, it was crazy. Then you go up in here. You got some more NPCs defending. This guy's real strong when he's a lieutenant. There's some guys in here. Right, so you battle your way up, and if you're a monster player, you have to kill this person, right? The Captain General, who is extremely powerful and has a protection from slows, unaffected by debuffs with slow movement, so that she can't be kited around. She's got to hit you, and she hits hard, right? She's scary. She's got probably some relic of the first age, like Glamdring or something. You know, one of those kind of weapons. Elven weapons. This is actually a human lady, though. Maybe she was gifted that, or maybe I don't know why she has that really freaking awesome spear. But it is really cool. It's very cool. Anyway, so she's very powerful. She's almost got 9 million health, right? She's got some bosses next to her who are also scary, have the same buffs, and have 3 million health each. So you have to fight them all. So again, you have to be a raid pretty much, or a really strong group that will. If you're just a group of like 6 monster players, let's say, or vice versa, if you're free peoples and these were orcs. It would take a while to kill these, right? It'd be a while. And you could get interrupted, right? Another player could come and try to stop you, right? But usually a raid comes in here, does this. Once you kill the leader, it won't switch until you basically run up to the back of the fortress here. So the orcs will run back up here. And then, or actually, no, you kill it and you take it. It used to be there was a flag you took back here. I don't think you have to take that flag anymore. You might. I don't remember. It's been like 5 years, guys, since I've really done some raids out here. Okay, I haven't done a lot. Forgive me. Anyway, there are also guys that give quests, right?
Will you
spare
a moment of your time?
He's just telling me to defeat orcs and trolls at Luxar. So he wants me to go to this fortress and defeat anything there, right? Whether it be other enemy players or random NPCs, right? Same. What does this guy say? And this is.
Might I take a moment of your time?
All right. He wants me to collect something, right? Collect some unrefined. Or that is from the Easen Deep mine, I believe, when you kill things up here. Or it's in little crates around the mine when you're inside the mine. This is inside a mountain. You go inside a mountain to get into this fortress. We'll look at that in a minute. In the back of each fortress, guys, there's a little secret door that the enemies can't use, but the allies can, or whoever owns it can use to get out. Basically, it's if you get overwhelmed, you need to retreat to the back. See, and there's a way to get, and then you can get back in too through that. It's like a secret door, right? Whoever owns it can use it. I'm pretty sure the opposite team cannot use it from what I remember. It's been a long time, again, like I told you. But, so that is TR, right? This is the back of the fortress. You can't get into it this way. There's only one way in, except for that little secret door that can only be gone through if you own the fortress. Here's some bears that are kind of neutral. You can attack them if you want or don't want. There's quests to get hides from them and stuff. I think what we'll do now, actually, is I'm going to ride up to this fortress over here. And no, you cannot use your war mount, heavy war mount in PvP. It isn't not possible. So you have to use your generic mounts. Thank goodness for me, I have increased mount. Oh, wait, can I use my mount speed? It looks like they're slower. Oh, interesting. You know what? I believe that I just found out that they remove the movement speed buff on the account when you're in PvP. Because they should all be at 78 right now, and they're not. So they're just at 68 in the originals and 62%. All right, so they remove it in the PvP. I guess they don't want people to be like have an advantage in PvP or monster player if they have like buffs to their mounts, right? I think that's the goal. By the way, you're asking, do monster players get mounts? That's a great question. They don't. You're like, what? Yes, I know. But they do have maps to everywhere. So, for example, they actually have a better advantage, I think, than we do. So, free peoples can use their mounts to ride around, right? But we can earn, I think, some basic teleport maps. But monster player sides, they could just have a map to all these locations where they can just like teleport in random spots on the map. And they're like really fast cooldowns. So they can earn those. So that's actually really strong. By the way, this little pass right here is a hidden pass that goes along the mountain here to an opening here in the main fortress that has one-shotters, and there's no way to get into it except from this spot, and these guys are one-shotters. Okay, so basically it's a secret passage you can get from this fortress to this fortress, because this is always good guy one. I believe that is the same on the multiplayer side. I don't know if they have that or not, but they can teleport too, of course. They're always their fortress. This is always their main place, right? All right, so let's go into the one that is always our fortress on this side. Whoa. Calm down there, my elk. Alright, so, by the way, there is an instance that has actually a raid boss here, right? And it's basically like under the PvP zone, you can go into it. And there's an entrance here, and then there's an entrance on the other side, the monster player side, over here next to their fortress. And basically, you can actually meet, it's like an underneath cavern, and there's raid bosses, and you can actually fight for raid bosses and stuff, and get rewards and stuff in there. Let's just look inside real quick. It's kind of cool. Like, this is really cool. I think San Antonio needs to work more on updating the player versus monster player zone, because it's really fun. It was really well done. Oh. So anyway, yeah, it's a fortress maze. But let me just show you the map. See how big it is? It's huge, right? So here's me, and then we could go in and go down, and there's like levels, and then there's all these places, and they have an entrance over here, the monster players. Basically, it's a cavern underneath all of the Ettenmoors. And there's like there's like a demon monster at the bottom that you have to fight. It's kind of cool. So, yep, there's that. Trying to give you guys as much info as I can off my head as we travel around. So this is OR, we used to call it, or OST, sometimes for short. Ost Ringdong, whatever you used to call it. Ring deer. And they have quests for you to accept, right? They even have like, oh, I guess you can't cook, but so he wants me to go help in Hordel or Horholums. which is way over here, right? It's the Hobbit place. Basically, we do stuff to help them, and then again, you can go up here and you can attack and kill. So if you go up and around, there's a room back here in this fortress, and there is a person you can kill, and it is for a big quest, right? For the monster player side, but they can't take this fortress. It'll stay ours. The person will respawn, but it's just a nice big fortress. And by the way, it is late watch, but it will become daytime later, and you can see this awesome view of the Ettenmoors. So I think what we'll do right now is that we'll circle around here and go up to the Eisendeep mine real quick and see that. Alright, and we are using my fastest mount since I don't have the buff on. Also, we have some scouts out here that move around, right? They kind of patrol the land. But yeah, this place is really cool. There used to be a fortress here. Is it still there? Oh, it is still there. Orc Camp. Okay, so we're gonna hop down here and break our leg. Hopefully not die. Okay, sweet. We didn't die. That's good. We're gonna just look at Orc Camp real quick. So Orc Camp. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll hit Orc Camp. We hit RT. So we went like this. We're gonna hit Orc Camp. We're gonna look at this outpost, and then we'll go up to the Ettendeep mine. We'll do a little loop. We'll come down and go like this, maybe, or even we could even pass the Grams. This is basically just exploring and you guys getting the knowledge of the Ettenmoors map. That's my goal on this episode. It looks like we're moonwalking because my goat's leg is broken and it doesn't have an animation, so we're just going slower. All right, anyway, Orc Camp. You cannot take it, right? There's also one called Elf Camp, right, over here. But it's just basically, again, there's quests you can do here to kill stuff, and if you're a monster player, you can get stuff here. If you're a free people's player, you can attack these guys and get stuff, right? And it's a good way to get quests done and things like that. There we go. There's TR again behind us. This area used to be a huge battlefield all the time. There's TA, which is the middle one, the middle fortress. We'll hit that one in a little bit. We're gonna go up and see this spot here. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I can go up right here. There's a little bit of a weird pathing in this area up here if you are a player. So these are things you can pick up. So Suntorch Troll, right? So there are quests that you can come here and you can get off your mount and you can loot this troll. And basically it'll give you items that you could either sell for money, right? 8 silver, or you can turn in as a trophy. And you can turn these in, right? When you earn enough of these for certain repeatable quests at the main place. Okay? Or some of the other places like Elf Camp and Horror Hollow and stuff. Alright. Good little thing to know. Those are all over. See, there's another one right there. There's some creatures here you can fight. This is where, by the way, where you dump the poison remover. If you are the orcs, you dump the poison here. If you are the elf commander that in the last episode, remember we talked about that one quest. This is where you would dump the anti-poison drought. The elf made. There's a really awesome bridge. Look at that. That's pretty cool, right? It's freaking kind of cool. All right. Anyway, we're gonna go up and around. That's TA right there. Whee! Oh, I broke my leg again. I'm a dork. So actually, you do have to go up around this hill to get to that outpost. Ooh, look at that moon. Forgot how freaking cool. That's cool. It's like a red moon. You see that up there? We'll look at it closer when I get around the hill. When I stopped swimming like a freaking slug because my leg was broken. Apparently, that stops your swimming too. Look at that. And if you hold still, I hold still and just stare at it for a minute for you guys, you can actually tell that the sky is moving. And there you can see the outline of the mountains, right? And then if you notice, things will go behind the mountains, the stars, right? And the moon will it's slowly going down. See it moving? Ever so slightly going this way, towards the hip mountain. It's really, really minor. I know. It just ever so slightly goes dink, 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 dink. All right, anyway, there you go. So that's kind of how it works, right? So the sun, the stars, and the moon, right? That's really cool, though. And you can see that red hint. So if I hover here, late watches. So we're in the early morning, basically. It's like probably 3 or 4 in the morning in the game's time. Let's get back on our mount here. So we're gonna go up and check out the outpost here, so you know where it is. And this is one you can take. Now the Orc Camp and Elf Camp you can't take, the flagged ones, but this one has an eye on it, so I could technically take this. A smaller group could take this too, like a little fellowship, or maybe even a 3-man if you're really decked out. There's these war leaders you have to fight, and then there's one guy, usually a troll, for the bad guys defending it. You go up the stairs in there, and there's a troll up there. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to go over this bridge here. There's the Orc Camp again, and then we're going to head over to the Eisendeep Mine. You can see some, like, torches over there, right? Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. That's like a frozen river waterfall. That's pretty cool, right? Look at that. Wow. Oh, more falling. We didn't die. So you gotta be careful up here because there are these NPCs that have almost 1,000,000 HP and they're drakes, right? So it's a little scary. Oh, that guy's even more. Wow. He's no joke. That's a scary drake. So they kind of live up here in the cold. Oh, dude, look at that. That'd be a great screenshot, wouldn't it? Oh. Well, I thought it would be a great screenshot. There we go. Got it. By the way, here is another camp that you can take. I don't remember this one. So this is actually being controlled by... So, oh, this is another outpost. Okay, so the reason it shows it as an outpost, this one, and I think it doesn't have the eye on it, is because it's controlled by the random entities, which are these like it's a tree, what is it, moss patch elder monster, and then it's got some of the Morelbull and bat people defending it. So they took it over kind of. Occasionally things will just flip too, but usually they only flip if they're taken. But so this is the entrance to one side of the entrance to the Eisendeep Mine. You can go in here, and then there's another one on the far left. So again, it's controlled by orcs. So if I go in here, I'm going to see orcs. But since it's the Eisendeep Mine, it's not like a fortress. They're a little spread out more, so I should be able to slip by without having to face anything. But as you can see, here's the mine. So you can see it's really big. It's actually massive. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so you can kind of slip by their defenses more easy. This one's a little easier to take than the fortresses, because the fortresses you really have to fight every NPC. Here are those boxes I was talking about in the last one, where that you can get the ore. You can either fight people for it, or you could literally loot it, just like those stone trolls, and you can get the ore. That's the ore that guy wanted from in Tirathron or whatever, or not last episode, but I think I talked about the beginning, right? TR. There's also the cave crawlers, which they do fight the orcs. So they fight each other. There's random spawns fighting. It's kind of convenient when I'm trying to sneak in to see everything. So this is basically where the main boss is. So this is the horde on this, right? Or the monster players. So they have a tyrant as their leader. So this is one of the quests we got at GV, right? The main place. Hey, we're trying to do a video here. What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing, my friends? Don't stop bugging us. Dang it. All right, anyway. Oh, we're lagging a little bit. So GV over here, you get that quest to kill the tyrant. You'd have to beat this tyrant. Again, the quest wouldn't work unless the enemies own it, right? So you couldn't actually do it unless the enemies owned it. So that's him. That's the guy you have to kill, and he's got 2 mini bosses, just like the free people did in the TR place I was showing you, which again could be taken over. This is a good place to find. You can get scone. You can actually mine ore if you're a ore miner, right? So out of my way, you snow reap miner. That's my ore. Oh wow, he just carried a ton of my stuff. Why is he so powerful? Out of my way. Man, this guy's freaking tough. Why is this guy so tough? I probably just need to upgrade my actual gear more. I've been working on the legendary server more, and I haven't actually worked on this guy very much. Oh, we are gonna beat him though. We definitely are. Dwarven endurance! Haha, it's our ore now, sucker. That's just regular crafting stuff, right? Alright, so we're gonna move on here. I want to try to get through all the Ettenmoors here in less than like I'd like to do a less than 40-minute video, right? So you can kind of just know where everything is, even less if possible. So I'm going to try to be fast. So you can see out to the open air there. I'm going to go out the other entrance now to the right. So again, look, these orcs are attempting. Oh, dude, I can steal their kill. I can steal their kill. Oh, I didn't steal the kill. Crap. Oh, no! I wanted the loot. You can steal the kill from the NPCs sometimes, right when they're about to finish it off. Those orcs actually beat a Drake. I'm impressed. Those are pretty like, you deserve to live. I'm just going to leave. They're like, we're going to kill you. I'm out. Gosh, he's got 1,400,000 XP, that guy. I mean, health, not XP. Oh, wait. Am I going to be greedy? Oh, dude, I'm so greedy. I want it. I want it. My axe is glowing because there's orcs nearby, but I don't even care. I want the ore. It's mine now. I definitely have an issue with collecting ore. My friends who used to be PvP and they'd be like, we gotta go get this guy. I'm like, wait, I just gotta get this ore. No! But treasure! I'm a dwarf! I want the treasure! Alright, so that gets a skirmisher. Darn, I'm gonna get all three of these guys. They're probably gonna shoot me off my goat. Maybe not. Oh, good, he didn't have a bow. Yes! Here's the other entrance that's near the monster player's base side. So I'm slipping out here. We came in from over there in the valley that way. So now I'm gonna go down this path, and I think what we'll hit is, oh, and here's where some actual trolls are. Coldfell trolls. These are just basically wild trolls. Not part of the armies of Mordor or Agmar. They just kind of do their own thing in the mountains. What is that opening there? What is that? I actually don't know what that is. Let's check it out real quick. Shall we? I think it'd be kind of fun. It's like a little troll nest or something. Oh, these guys don't actually attack, they just threaten. Oh, that's nice. Alright, threaten means they don't immediately aggro. They sit there until when you're close, and if you stay too close, they will. Yeah. You get the point. These guys strayed a little too far from their den up there, I guess. Alright, we're gonna go see this. I'm almost thinking I should put this in my, I don't even know if this should be in my guides playlist. This might need to go in my, exploring playlist, you know, because we're exploring everything. This is a rough one. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. We'll decide. But I'm trying to show you guys this stuff too, so I might put this into my guide one. Okay, so if I get any closer to this, those guys are gonna shoot me, the one-shotters. This is the main base for the monster players, right? Which you saw in my other guide videos. And if this video is on my tour list, it might be, because this is a lot of just exploring. So touring the Ettenmoors and learning a little bit. So it's like I can't decide if it should be on the guide list or not. So this basically, oh, see that little spot up there? That's their secret path to their fortress over here, right? They can go along that up there. So they have one too, they do. And we are gonna check out, what we're gonna do is we're gonna check out, we're gonna go over here. So this is where I did that video, right, on the monster player side with all my how-to guide videos. My guide playlist. This is where I was doing it with all their classes. So we're gonna check out Lugs. This is Fortress. It's pretty cool. It's a little bit more desolate on their side, as you can see. They're not quite so nice to the plants. Alright, we'll go right up here. This is such a battle zone. I remember so many fights right here, back and forth. This whole field. It's pretty awesome. So, this is Lugs, everyone. This is Lugs. Yes, I think I've decided, guys. I think this might be on our tour playlist. So this is Luxara. It looks almost identical to TR inside, so, and I'm not going to fight my way in there anyway. So that's what that looks like. It's 4 dawn. It's going to be daylight very soon, which will be nice. As you can see, those torches in the distance there, that is the, I think it's Elf Camp I'm looking at. Yes, it is. So that is Elf Camp. Alright. A funny memory right here. I have a friend, shout out. If he watches my videos, I don't know. But it's been a long time since I talked to him. His name was Mark Vaughn. Maybe you guys know who he is if you played on Firefoot. He jumped off one time right here. And he did his ability on one other monster player as a captain. And he just smacked him for like, crit him for almost all his health and killed him in one hit. Just jumped off the cliff. It was pretty priceless. We were all laughing our heads off. It was a good moment. But anyway, now that'll be kept in the history books for the next sentry in this video. There is TA, the center place, right? We'll hit that on the way back. I'm gonna go by Elf Camp real quick here. Check out Elf Camp real quick, see if there's any quests for us. I believe it's just a defensive location. I think it also has a res circle close by. So if you are killed or defeated, knocked down, you get rezzed. I think the res circle is somewhere. I remember it used to be right around here, near Elf Camp over there or something. But the res circles do change, guys, I believe, depending on what fortress you own. It's been a while, but I believe that is the case. So like if you own TA, I think there's a res point you res at. And if you lose it, then you res over near TR at a res point. And then the monster players can res here. I believe that's how it works. It's been so long. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, look at that. Fancy. We've got the special things. Here is another entrance. I wonder what is this entrance for? Is this for the underground place too? Let's check it out real quick. Yes. So this is basically part of Elf Camp. It's another entrance to the underground place. Oh, look at that. See, that's where we popped in. Now we're somewhere else, right? Halfway through. All right. So this is another entrance to the underground, the delving of Frore. All right. So now that we've seen Elf Camp real quick, we're near the Steps of Graham, which is basically this side of the map, by the way. This area side of the left of the river. See, it kind of has like sections, right? This is Arador's End. Arador's End. This is Steps of Graham's. This is Hithland, Coldfells, and Hordale is in the center. And there's TA. Now the sun's starting to come up, so we have better visuals of everything. There's lugs, right? There's where the jump happened. Killed the guy. It was pretty funny. All right, and then I can't believe I remember that, you guys. That was like 12 years ago in real life for me. So it was like the first year of this game. All right, and then over here we have, this is the main Orc Camp, which is their entrance, right? And it is Dargazal, Zalg or something, the name. Something crazy like that. I think we will probably keep this in the guide playlist, just because usually in my tour playlists I show my face while we do them, and in this one I'm not. So we'll just keep this on a guide playlist, basically like learning all the places in Monster Play. All right. Kind of also will serve as a tour though, basically tour/guide. All right, you'll see it in the playlist and the message thing. All right, so now we're gonna go over. We already saw lugs. We're gonna go ahead and see the river outpost where it's located, and then we'll go see the hobbits in here, and then we will hit up the log cabin here too. There's another. By the way, there's another outpost here, Hitland Outpost. These two outposts, I'm not sure I think they can be taken. The reason they're not have an eye or a tree is because I think it's the random neutral NPCs, which don't like anyone that are controlling them, I believe, at the time. So anyway, here is the outpost. And there's a troll, right? Lieutenant in there, or a tyrant. So there's only a couple guards usually in the outpost, and then you have to beat the one big guy at the top, right? And then here's a beautiful shot of this river, and this is where the hobbits live, in this little island area. All right, there's the sun's coming up. We're being attacked by someone who... Oh, some of the guards saw us. We're going to keep running. There is TA over there. This is a fortress that has some spiders in it for a quest. I believe... Yeah, it's just right here. It's not really considered anything. It's just basically like a old fortress that has controlled by some spiders, and you can like kill one of the spiders, and if you're on the monster player side, she drops a quest for you to do, to probably fight the hobbits, where the hobbits have quests to go kill the spiders, right? So like it gives like objectives for both sides to do in the monster player versus player. All right, so it's that one too, or that might be the outpost. But anyway, here's the little hobbit town. It's very adorable. Again, this could be coming to a war zone at any time. I'm sure they could just run into their hobbit holes. Harwell Gardner. So anyway, yeah, and then see there's a quest right there to do some stuff. So yeah, it's a nice little spot. Pretty. Nice little area, but I just want you to know where it is.
Might I trouble you for some help?
Defeat dark-dyed wolves. So she wants me to go into the forests over here and kill some wolves, right? And then she gives me some combinations, some other quests you can do. You can pick up this food sack if you have the right quest. but I don't have it. Alright, so now we're going to head out of Poor Hollow. It's actually pretty big. It goes way back there to the back, this island, but we're not going to do it right now. This guy you escort sometimes. There's an escort quest for him, I believe. There's a bridge you can go over up there if you want to take that path. But, oh, and by the way, the outpost is actually, I believe that's the outpost right there. Take that outpost. This is the spider lair, basically. There's a lot of creepy crawlies in here. There's that right there, yeah. And there's a boss spider in there in the back. And that's the one that gives quests to the monster players, and to us, it is a quest to kill. And yes, if you kill them, they cannot pick up the quest, and vice versa if you take a place, right? So that's how that works. That fallen log is actually for a quest. Get some Grimwood logs, and you can take them to the camp and turn them in for a repeatable. Now, the problem is, I can't, because the enemies own it right now, right? So that's why there's incentive to retake fortresses, right? Because again, these NPCs would normally all not be spider monsters and orcs. They would be elves and men and hobbits, right? And stuff defending this, but since it's an enemy base, and there's actually a big spider boss right here, too. Caradal. She's even named. Look at her. She's huge. 4,441,000 health. Gee. There's another quest item you can just pick up, the glowing quest items. Well, there we go. And we'd be back to... there's TR again. There's our main fortress over there, which is GV, right? Up there. Where we start. Here's the wolves she wanted us to get their hides from. There's some random logs you can pick up on the ground, or you can find them. You can even fight. There's creatures over down in this area that you can fight. They're like alive trees to get the logs, which is kind of cool. And we're running into a tree. And now that it's daylight, we can see everything good. So let's do the big picture here for us. Look around. So actually, a funny little story for you guys too. Elf Camp used to be right here. It used to be here. And this is where the respawn point was, right in front of TA, right? The main fortress in the middle. But what they did was they actually moved it to balance it, because the Orc Camp was here, and TA was, and the Elf Camp was here, and they moved it to kind of balance the map and put them here, so we have another spawn point, right? So we had a spawn point here, even if these were all taken, so we didn't have to respawn at Galtref. Exact same thing with the orcs. And again, I think they do a randomly flip sometimes if no raids are taking them, because I'm pretty sure no one was taking that fortress when we were there a little bit ago, and it flipped to the free people. So they definitely do flip, I think, automatically sometimes. That's a good thing to know for the guide here. Now you can see the fortresses, and you can kind of see everything, right? So if we look that way, you can see TR. That's the fortress up there that's always ours. The Orc Camp is right over there. The main fortress is back there. You can see some of the towers just right above the trees, right behind the trees there. So this is TA. This used to be a huge battle zone. I have a great memory right here. I used to be called the Pocket Guardian of Mark Vorn. And basically what I would do is Captain should have an ability that made you pretty much invulnerable for 10 seconds. And I'd turn on my sprint where I couldn't be stunned, and the Lore Master Mythic Man would put an immunity on me where I couldn't be stunned, right? Lore Master still have that ability. And I'd do my charge, and there'd be like 50 free people players and 50 monster players right here, and I'd run in, and all the NPCs would be attacking me, and I'd run all the way into back here, and the arrows will shoot you in here if you are an enemy or an ally, or drop oil on your head. And I do all this stuff, and I have like 50 enemy players hitting me, and I run in, and then I run back out to them, and basically I drag out the enemies because they want to kill me so bad, and then we'd have a big battle again right here. It kind of get them out from hiding, the other players on the enemy team. But it was so much fun. Afterwards, there'd be just red numbers going above my head for like 3 or 4 minutes because I took so much damage but didn't die, and I got hit so many times. Oh man, good memories. By the way, if you see, I get automatically dismounted when I come into the door. They don't want free people players to have an advantage in the fortresses with mounts, so that makes sense. Anyway, it's very pretty in here though. There's a lot of stuff, and then we'll just kind of end up here and then look at some spots. There's a spot back here to accept quests in this little room. It's normally quests for the enemy if they own it, and it's quests for you if you own it, right? There's always these leaders back here, and they have quests for you to do. See if they have a bunch. And you can get combinations, they're repeatables, and they give you renown, right, towards your rank. So anyway, that's another way to get or you can just kill enemy monster players, right? That's probably the best way to get renown, but nowadays, when it's a little bit quieter sometimes, you can come do quests, right? Alright. As you can see, we haven't really seen anyone out here. It's rather dead today. It could be the time of day too. It depends on the server and who plays when. But also I think it has to do with a lot that Standing Stones hasn't really updated a bunch in the Monster player lately. So like the newest content, everyone, even Monster players, right? Because you have to be level 10 and free people to play a Monster player. They're all just playing, you know, on the other side, right? They're playing free people stuff, end game stuff right now. Whoop, whoop, nope, and I just jumped off like a dory. Whoopsie daisy, my bad, my bad. Now I've got a broken leg for 20 seconds. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Anyway, so we'll go up to the top here, and then we'll go ahead and finish this. I am going to make this a guide video because my tour videos are more like we look at every little nook and cranny, and I really didn't look at every little nook and cranny. I just wanted to show you the main places. I want you to know where to go, where to find quests, right, to do, where the quest people are. All the fortresses have people to give quests, usually in TR and TA, or I mean TR and Lugs is in the back up top. In TA it's down there in the bottom. There's the back door to get out right here. There's a little back door in TA. I'll show you this real quick. There's Lugs, right? And then Elf Camp is over there. Their enemy Orc Fortress is always there, and their main base is over back in that corner, back there, right? So this place is this, man, it's such a cool battlefield though. It's so much fun. There's a lot of people on. So here's the general, right? General Makan. Makan. There he is. Almost 9 million health. He's almost more powerful than the TR. So it's one of the hardest to take, right? Because it's the center fortress. And then there's a beautiful view out looking. There's where the hobbits are. There's where you come in, and the fortress is here. It doesn't load because it's a little too far away. Yep. Well, there it is, my friends. That is. And then there's some quests over here too. But that is basically an overview of all the main locations in and there's Orc Camp, there's TR over there, right? That you kind of have the Eisendeep Mine is going to be back up through there. There's the fort, the thing, right? So it seems like a small map once you get to know it, but really it's really big. It is rather big map, big battlefield. So again, thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your host and guide, Zullen Ironshield. I hope this helped you guys out. I want to thank my Patreon for his support. And if anyone else wants to give me support, there's links down in the description. You can join our Discord. And if not, if you want to support me for free, guys, it's really easy. You just click that like button and subscribe. Yeah, share with some friends. That's a great way. That's my favorite way. Or a nice comment. I like all those things. But subscribe and like. That really helps me out a lot with the algorithm and all that stuff. There's a subscribe button right here. The next episode in a LOTRO guide will be up here. And our main playlist, LOTRO Tale with voiceovers, will be right there. So check them all out. You have a wonderful day in Middle-earth, my friends. And thank you so much for joining Zullen Ironshield. And I will see you in the next episode.